Welcome inside the Quiet Storm, baby. And this is the time of the night where we like to invite company as you to stop by. But this is also the time of the night where I like to have you meet people and just vibe with us for a little while. And tonight is one of those nights. Now, this young lady is no surprise to our eyes. We've been watching her. I know I've been watching her for quite some time. I remember when she was just gracing the covers of some amazing magazines. I remember Black Men's Magazine and so many others, countless others. But now she has grown far above and beyond that moment, and she's elevated her career to so many new levels. I'm just glad that she's doing well because we're going to talk about a few things tonight. But it's a pleasure to be welcoming this lady who is a phenomenal actress and growing by the moment, Miss Melyssa Ford. Thanks for stopping by the Quiet Storm. It took a while for you to get to the Quiet Storm. We've taken a couple of pictures.
Yes, yes, we
We've
have
even
over the
toasted a couple
years.
of champagne glasses, but
Yes, yes. It's good to see you, Lenny. Thank you so much for inviting me on the show.
it's my honor. It's my honor. But more importantly, I'm just glad to talk with you. The last time, unfortunately, as so many others may have seen, when you got into that horrible accident.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that was back in 2018, so it's going on 6 years. It's so crazy like how it feels like it just happened like last year, but
I'm
it was
sure.
6 years ago, and by, the grace of God, I'm still here cuz that was a wild experience.
So when it comes to reflecting on blessings, I
Mhm.
think you might be able to tell us a little bit about how blessed you have been.
Absolutely. It's going from uh having to recover for almost a year, in a near death car accident and suffering a traumatic brain injury. Um, but just having like this kind of like, core sense of perseverance that like I owe it to myself to keep on going, and just kind of be a bigger and better version. God spared me for a reason, kind of
Mhm.
thing. And I just want to live every single moment, just present inside of that moment, and take advantage of every opportunity kind of given my way, or whatever the case is. And then, not too long after my recovery was announced, my mom was
Mhm.
diagnosed with cancer,
Oh,
and it took
I'm sorry.
her relatively quickly, and it took
Mm,
her during pandemic. So
mm,
we were all kind of like, just floating around and didn't know what was going to happen. It was just
right.
such a time of uncertainty. So to lose, I called my mother, my tether to the earth.
Hmm.
um to lose that during such a disorienting time really just was, it was a horrific experience, but also it just kind of grounded me in the fact that life is extremely precious,
Mm,
that tomorrow is not promised. Live in the present,
mm.
try to like, quell the anxiety of the future and stuff like that, but just like really, really be present and find a way to enjoy your life, because this is the only one that you've got.
Ooh, you gave me the novel and the new movie for real.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
real, for real. Melissa Ford is with us tonight. Look, this weekend, and if you get confused with the time, because time is moving forward this weekend, unfortunately. Look, I know they're going to be streaming it on Lifetime
Hmm.
as well,
Hmm.
so you can always catch it. But this weekend, you don't want to miss this lady and three of her so-called co-hosts. Well, no, and three of her friends will
Hmm.
be embarking on this interesting movie called Hunting Housewives.
Hmm. Hmm.
Hunting Housewives, which is friendship, betrayal, and somebody's getting a divorce. That's all I'm gonna say. Somebody's gonna get a divorce, and this is not in that movie. But tell
Yep.
me real quick about Hunting Housewives and how excited you're about this film.
I am so excited, and thank God it's going to happen. It's going to air before the time change, because the time change happens around 2 a.m.,
Yeah.
Saturday leading into Sunday.
Hmm.
So Hunting Housewives airs 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday night. And, it's such a great story. It's a dark comedy with elements of suspense.
I like that.
Um, it's myself and three co-hosts, Nene Leakes, Kim Johnson, and Denise Richards. And we play four very, very privileged, wealthy housewives who are sent by one of our husbands on a private jet to a spa weekend.
Hmm.
But plans don't go, things don't go as planned. The plane ends up crashing. One of us dies, another one's injured, and the two left have to figure out how to get us out of the wilderness. And during the course of them trying to find their way out of the wilderness, we discover that this plane crash might not have been an accident, and it might actually have been a very insidious plot to get rid of all of us in one fell swoop.
That's
So
crazy. It's crazy.
yeah.
Did you have any part in putting together the script?
I wish I did, but no, I did. My agent called me up and she told me that Brainpower was interested in me for this role, and I said, "Don't say anything else. Just send me the script. Don't tell me who's in it. I don't want to know anything. Just send me the script." And I just wanted to judge the script, the merit of the script, and whether or not I really wanted to participate, just on the words on paper, and did I see myself, inhabiting this role. I finished this script inside of 1 hour. I called the agent back. I said, yes, I need to do this part. And it shoots in my native country of Canada, which was great. So I got to see friends and family while I was out there as well. But it just was such a fantastic opportunity to, sink my teeth into a role that was so far outside of anything I've ever done before. It was very, very physical. We are really in the outdoor elements, and it kept raining. And we, so it was really muddy. There's bugs everywhere. There's bats, there's bears, there's all kinds of stuff going on in the movie. So it was just really awesome to kind of do something that was so far removed from anything I've ever done, on the small screen or large screen before. So again, it presented an opportunity that I just couldn't wait to sink my teeth into. It really was a lot of fun.
Don't forget this coming weekend, Hunting Housewives, her latest project that you can see her on Lifetime. You're going to enjoy this film because 4 friends set out, as in case you just joined us, set out to do a spa weekend. And ladies, you ladies do these spa weekends far greater than we as men do. And things happen. And Melyssa Ford is here to tell us some of those things. You said you shot it in your hometown, and in Canada. What are some of the highlights, aside from seeing family and, catching up with friends that you may not have seen or don't get a chance to see often? What are some of the highlights in this movie of Hunting Housewives? I know the bears, and I know being outside, it challenged your acting ability and how you can create and how you can stay focused all throughout that. But give me some of the unforgettable life experiences that you experienced during this filming.
Well, I got to use a gun, and so I think I've been to a firing range like once in my entire life. Like I definitely don't have a Saturday night special in my bedside drawer. So I'm really unfamiliar with firearms. So to kind of run around the forest with a gun was just hilarious to me. But it was I felt like kind of a little bit of a badass doing.
I know that's right.
And then just just kind of surviving by your wits. I spent a lot of time, my character and Denise Richards' characters, we spend a lot of time together, and she is just as a co-star, she is a very generous acting partner. She's incredibly down to earth. She is she's so funny and she's so witty. And I love that lady. She's amazing. And I think that my performance is a reflection of how generous she was as a scene partner. And so we're all just so proud of this film. So I think the tidbits that I can give you is that it's a suspenseful movie in addition to being a comedy, and it's also very, very, very physical, which I loved every part of that.
Have you ever been camping before?
I've been glamping. I've been glamping, but camping, not since I was 9 with the Girl Guides. I know it's called Girl Scouts in America, but in Canada it's called Brownies and Girl Guides. And, so that's the last time that I was camping in a pitched tent. Yeah, no, not my vibe. Not my vibe.
So question, now that you've experienced this film as an adult, obviously, would you go camping? We're in the tent the whole night. No glamming, no glam camping, a camp trip for real. Wow, it doesn't sound like it.
The only way I would do it is if I had people with me that were like avid campers and knew everything. But let me tell you something. The bugs almost ate me alive out there. So
Because Melyssa, you probably was wearing perfume or
I
oil.
wasn't. No, I was not. I was not wearing perfume because I knew the bugs were going to try to eat us. So I was constantly spraying myself down with off. Every single time director yelled cut, I'm like, give me the bug spray, and I'm just hosing myself down with it. So I don't think I'm really cut out for camping. I don't think so.
Well, you never know until you do it. So
I feel like I did it for the movie.
what's
Like,
the next
good.
adventure
Yeah.
for? Are you? So you're November 7th, right?
Yes.
So that means you're a Libra. No,
Scorpio.
Scorpio.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're used to cutting edge things, and you broke the ceiling on many different levels and
Mm-hmm.
many times.
Mm-hmm.
So, any other adventurous desires that you might have? Maybe diving out of a plane or bungee jumping, or
Age kind of like makes you tampers those adrenaline junkie instincts
I
down.
see.
You start to think, what is the risk assessment on that action right there? No, I'm gonna keep my feet on the ground. I think I'll do some zip lining in coast. I did it in DR. I'll do zip lining and stuff like that. But jumping out of a plane, not on the bingo card right now.
I know that's
I may
right.
change my mind
I like
later,
that.
but I don't know.
Hunting Housewives. This is the closest we probably all want to come to hunting by watching Melyssa, and Nene Leakes is also in this film. We should mention.
Yes, she is.
And some other folks, Denise Richards, as you mentioned. And
Mm-hmm.
these four ladies set out for a wonderful adventure, and a venture that they wasn't expecting. So I can't wait to see it on Lifetime this weekend, Saturday, 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Central. If they should miss it because somebody did not move their clocks, if they should miss it, they will be able to stream it on Lifetime. Yes, even
Oh
afterwards.
yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I am so grateful to Lifetime and the parent company A&E. I mean, the promo for this movie has been like unbelievable. And it just like the commercials have been running so consistently during programming that attracted like millions and millions of viewers. And so it has just been it's really been like just a turn of fortunate events for all of us involved in this movie, that the promotion has been like at such a high level. So if you don't happen to catch it on Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Time, it's definitely going to be streamed for you to see it at another time, but try to catch it on Saturday.
No question, because we want to make sure those numbers are right and up. And this is not
Yes.
going to be your last. Something tells me far from your last Lifetime experience and other movies. Are you tapping into any other project after this comes out? Or
The very next day, I am flying back to Canada to shoot another movie for 3 weeks.
look at you.
Yeah. It's the ball is rolling. It's rolling, and I am
Going with it.
Yeah.
You better.
Rolling with it.
And this is not the last time our connection is going to happen, because I want to find. I'm going to need another conversation with you after you finish your next project.
Absolutely. Might be a book in between the next this movie and the next movie.
Oh, I know a book is coming. A book has to come. I mean,
Yeah.
I've watched your career, as we all have, in
Yes.
interesting intervals. And soon as you came out, I remember, like I said in the beginning of this conversation, Black Men's Magazine. I was like, who is this young lady? And then obviously you became one of the most renowned video vixens, as they call it, back in the day. And the rest is history. Look where you are now.
Yeah, it's a wonderful thing. The ebbs and flows of life.
And our journeys are all different, but I'm glad that we get a chance to embrace you, love you, and uplift what you're doing. So continue success.
Much,
and thank you so much for stopping on the Quiet Storm. All right, my love.
All right. Thank you so much, Letty, for having me. I appreciate you so much.
Melyssa Ford, baby, on the Quiet Storm.